Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be transforming and reviewing the Transformers Legacy Evolution Titan class Decepticon Nemesis in her robot mode. Now, I've made a separate video reviewing the Nemesis in her ship mode, and I'll give you a quick little recap on that. So, it looks really nice. There's a lot of cool features and gimmicks to her. She's pretty solid, nice and hefty. A little bit of assembly required, but overall there's little to no flaws. I mean, the biggest flaw I have is like these two panels don't like to stay together, but I'm pretty sure that's just with my copy. I'm sure every other copy should be fine. Other copies should be fine with that. Anyway, really good. And I can even say it is honestly worth getting for this mode alone. At least I think so. With that said, let's see how that. With that being said, let's see how the robot mode turned out. So, to transform this, first we will be taking these panels and flipping them over and tabbing them into these slots, like so. I've already done so with the other side. Don't bother closing this up because you'll need that open in the robot mode. So, what we're going to do is we're going to split these panels open. Going to split those panels open like they want to do. We're going to let's see. We're gonna untap this, leave it down. Oh look, we see the head. But we untap this all the way down. Can't quite untap everything yet. Pull this apart. Bend that. Twist it around. And to make it easier on myself, I'm going to remove it for now. This part comes packaged separately. And I'm also going to take these off. Also packaged separately. You can, not parts forming, you can perfectly transform this with these on. For these, you can just rotate them around like so. But again, I'm just going to take them off. Oh yeah, this also comes packaged separately, just goes up there. Not packaged separately, they just come off. Anyway, let's move back up here so we can untab this, untab those. Splits. May have to go up farther. Splits this whole front section in half. and should allow you to do this with no issues. See? Like so. Pretty simple stuff. And because I removed the back piece, the bottom piece, this part down here just gets rotated around. The top and bottom sections stay where they are. It's just that part that gets rotated. And let's move on to the legs. So what we're going to do with the legs is we're going to click that foot open a little bit, enough so that we can spread this out and lock it in place. Move down the foot, like so. Rotate it 180. And then rotate this so that these piston looking details are lined up. After that, we rotate this around. We fold this in and tap that wing there, and then flip this back. And then after we do that, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Woo-wee! And easy enough to do. Also a little bit of a workout. Okay. Huh. She's getting pretty tall. Getting pretty tall. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to flip this thing down and tab it in. Then after that, we'll flip the head over, pushing that down. Perhaps you didn't see that. Flip that over, push it down. Then we'll work on the arms. But before we do that, we'll flip back here and just fit this bridge area in. Okay, there we go. Now we can do the arms. Arms are rather simple. You just bend them down, flip this panel out, push the hand, flip out the hand, rotate it around, spread out the fingers, flip the panel back in. Now let's do the same thing with the other side. Thought I saw something. Let's flip this other hand out. Lock that in place. We're almost done. We're almost done. We still have to attach these parts. So let's flip around. So we're going to lock this back in place like so. And then this lavender clip will clip onto this gray section right there. Okay. Then after that is said and done, we'll take these, split them apart. Let's do the same with the other side. And just clip them back on and tab them into these tabs using these slots. And then after that, you are done. This really dull. This is the nemesis. Wait, no, there's one more thing we need to do. How could I forget? Spread the chest and reveal that Decepticon badge. And of course, rotate these turrets to whichever way you want. And there we go. We have the nemesis in her robot mode. And man, is she tall. Need to move it back a little bit. Very tall. And pretty lanky too. Pretty slim and tall. Really good. Let's take a closer look at the head. Go look at that head. Very nice. You do get hints of red popping out, like poking through the purple. Very nice. Very nice indeed. And this Titan has a feature where you can move around some parts to reveal her face plate. She has a battle mask feature. That's really cool. That's really cool. And we do get a good look at her very Decepticon looking head. We can tell it's very Decepticon looking. Right next to her, we can compare her head next to her Decepticon badge. She does look a lot like the Decepticon insignia, much like Tarn does, and much like all those Decepticon Decepticons have. And she has pretty good light piping. Very nice. Oh boy. Now take a look at the rest of her design. Do get a lot more of these red glowing red details bleeding through the design. Kind of reminds me of a Fall of Cybertron game design, to be honest. And of course we do get a lot more of this lavender color poking out. Very nice. She does have these very tall shoulder pads. Very tall shoulder spikes. She is very lanky. And here's how she looks from the back. Very nice. She does have little thrusters on her heels. That's nice. And something that does kind of look cool to me is even the back of her head. There kind of looks like it could be its own face. So that's cool. Very cool. The torso is very thin. It's pretty thin. It's like it's not bad. It's just an interesting little design choice. Aesthetic choice. I do like how these panels just pull out to reveal the Decepticon badge. That's cool. You have these turrets up here, which you can take off and like move somewhere else if you want them to. And then we have we have a very oddly placed door down there. But considering who designed this figure, I'm honestly not surprised. Heck, I'm actually more surprised that Jobby actually overlooked this detail when doing his review. Oh well. I guess I'll point out then. Very nice. We do move down to the legs, and of course we do get these nice thick thighs, very solid, and moving nice and nicely detailed. We do move down to her legs, where she does have these first of all, these wings like sticking out from the sides, and we do have all these window detailings from the ship mode. But these but we have these parts of her shins, which actually, yes, it does look like the plastic supports just out there and exposed. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of strange. But we do get little hints of like details and little lavender spots and little like these little barrel things. And then we move on to her arms. And we do get a nice little bit of details on her arms as well. She has very nice hands. I will say that. She has very nice looking hands. Very nice looking hands. I do have all these like little greeble details. And of course these panel things. And then we have this. This is a little like knob, which if you slide it this way, it actually is a lever that can help you push out these little docks. These little like docking like bridge, like docking thing, like docking areas. She has on this side too, to reveal those tiny little micro scale jets. It is weird how they're covered up in ship mode, but oh well. Again, it is very nice. Do get lots of nice details. And it's a very nice tall girl. And yes, we'll take a look at the feet. The feet look nice. Do get this nice amount of lavender down here too. That's how the bottoms look. Very spacious. take a closer look at some more details. Oh yeah. These can come off, like, these are like, these can come off, and they do improve the look of the nemesis. So these won't be in the way. But yeah, you can remove them so they would make the robot mode look better. But I actually would like them to, like, tab in somewhere, like fold in somewhere. Would have been nice if they could, like, add some a little bit more engineer, like an extra hinge or something to, like, at least tab it, like, fold it in up there to make it look nice like that. But oh well, I guess we'll set those off to the side since we won't be needing them. Again, we can move around, like, the cannons however ways we want. And now, I will be honest with you. At first, I was actually kind of put off by this design. I just figured it looked kind of, like, too lanky and too what it looked to me. It looked like a little, like, too lanky and too, like, has, like, odd proportions, I thought. But in hand, I actually kind of grew to this when I had it in hand. Very nice. It does look very nice and very different compared to the Arc, and that's nice. I will say, for both the Arc and the Nemesis, the robot modes both don't look like G1 Transformers. They don't look like G1 Transformer designs, in my opinion. So there's that. But nonetheless, they look good. They still look good. Like I already said, that Nemesis here, with all her red details, kind of reminds me more of a Fall of Cybertron design and all that. But how about we start talking about the articulation? Yeah, we'll get to it. So, her head is on a swivel. It can shift forward and back. You can shift it, you can tap it back, you can push it forward. You can swivel it around. She can look up a good amount. She can look down a little bit. And she has a head tilting thing. There's no ball joint in here. She just has a good amount of articulation in her head, in her neck. And I kind of wish more Titan class Transformers had this. The shoulder. There's this joint up here. This transformation hinge. But every time you use it, the panel that her head rests on comes up. And that's because of these two, these two tabs that when you put them in, completely restricts these shoulder joints. And they're not really doing much stability-wise. And as kindly demonstrated by Jobby the Hog, he broke one of these little gray tabs, and his figure was actually fine. He actually benefited from it because his figure now has more articulation. His copy now has more articulation. But anyways, this, move the panel out of the way. This can rotate up, around. You get that weird click, and that's because of a piece of plastic in there. You do get that joint. And down here we do have this clicky joint. I can go in and out. It's rather odd. Well, I will say, don't click these out too far, otherwise you'll break off these little corners. You can already see that that this one on this side is already almost off. That is why those stress marks are there. That's how I got those stress marks, is because I ended up rotating these out too far. I don't know anyone else who had that issue, but so anyway, she has a bicep rotation, double bend at the elbow, this rotation, which is interesting, rotation at the wrist, kind of hindered, thumb hinge, and finger hinge, which if you take these fins off, you can tap them into her hands like that, and now you get the Titan, the Nemesis, the Titan class's Evo Fusion gimmick. Yeah, that's rather dumb. What should have been considered an Evo Fusion gimmick is not that, but removing this, flipping this piece out, flipping the barrel out, flipping these down, and then tabbing this into the hand. Then she has, that just fell. And now she has an awesome gun. There was a little bit, I don't know why that made a sound. But anyway, she has a really awesome gun with blast effect compatible port and all of that. Very nice. But this is the Evo Fusion gimmick. And of course she can do that with both of these. But anyway, she has a waist rotation. This joint can go up that far, can go back pretty far. Side rotation on ratcheting. A little over 90 in the knee. And down here, we do get ankle tilts, forward and back. And this transformation, ratcheting swivel. Very nice and very articulated. And now, let's compare her to the Arc And man, that looks good. Let's just quickly just do that. And so yeah, that's very nice. So, my overall thoughts. I really do like this Titan class. She does have some minor issues, but overall she's a pretty great Titan. She's a pretty good Titan. Do think she's really nice. And there's a lot you can do with the stuff that she has. She has like nice little things, nice little doodads. Overall, really great. Really good. Glad I got this. And I think that'll be it. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And yeah, and of course, I will be posting again sooner or later. Wait. As for the thing that fell, no, I'll do that one next. Why not?